Now, my first course of action would lead to fresh faces coming in. And those people would be filled with fear, and generations forever would talk about how the United States Constitution was followed and the guilty parties tried, and no matter what their names or titles, they weren't kings, they were just people, and if they committed the crimes, they did the time. And the world would cherish us again for this. And it would help the entire world and their countries and their economies, and it would break us free of these chains of slavery. And, you know, all we got to do is triumph for the crimes under the Constitution and use the letter of law. So, with that said, my second order would be to withdraw our military on day 2 of my administration, because 1 just got filled up pretty quick. And it would be to retract all of our troops, everywhere where we're not at a war. Meaning if somebody hasn't declared war or we haven't declared war, our troops are coming home. Now, I probably would leave them over in the nations, and part of my plan would be to convert them to real nation building troops, make them into like mini corporations of home builders, hospital builders, rebuilding and building our relationships with and for profit that we split with those countries. Very easy foreign relations program that will repair a lot of the damage we've done in places. Where there is no conflict, we do not belong. And Smedley Darlington Butler, one of my all-time war heroes of the United States, who exposed the business plot, which everybody should look up on Wikipedia, was a group of guys who plotted to overthrow the government and kill FDR to align us with the Nazis. Well, J.P. Morgan was involved. Proskauer Rose was involved. Joseph Proskauer was the stooge for Morgan. He had a whole bunch of these same families that are pulling the coup now that were charged by the greatest superhero military man, most decorated of the time, of maybe all time, Smedley, who busted them doing the same coup, planning it, and they got knocked back. They could have been tried for treason, but Smedley didn't have enough evidence, and he rushed to Congress. The McCormick-Dickstein hearings were held, and the coup was exposed, and everything Smedley said was correct, but he didn't catch him in the act, kind of like we caught these guys in the act with Guantanamo and Abu Ghraib and their other torture sites and their illegal taking us to war on lies, crimes. He didn't have all that evidence yet. He was trying to collect it. He was working with the reporter, getting inside, listening to how they wanted to turn the military against the people and kill the people of the United States to align them with Hitler. We would have been the next in the camps if they had got this coup off. Now, they did try an assassination on FDR. I think a woman took the bullet, and the mayor or something of Chicago got killed. You know, look all this up. It's all right there in your face. And Smedley had to rush to Congress without enough evidence to really try him for treason and seize all their assets. But that was what he was after. This time, you've got them all. You can take their assets. You can try them. You've got evidence. It's nonstop. All you need to do is take back the Justice Department. Demand justice. Show up tomorrow morning. Get out on the street. Protest. Turn the fucking schools upside down. Turn your building upside down. Tell your employer to go fuck himself. Go to the park and take LSD or something. And be a hippie and forget. Don't work for the man. Give it up. And you can make change that way. If I'm your president, I'll help. Meaning I'll order it top down that those things that I've told you today in my first 2 days of office will occur. A, the guilty parties will be tried. B, our troops will come home. Or be nation builders and friendly nation builders with hammers and nails and companies and ideas, and not war and selling arms so that Dick Cheney and his buddies can make a lot of money while they fleece these companies, kill these people illegally, torture them illegally, and everything else under your name. On day 3, our conscience will be cleared. The country will go forward. Hopefully, somebody with teeth will replace me as your president, and my job will have been done in 3 days. And I'll have served you well. At that point, we'll bring in fresh faces, let them figure it out. And really, the reason I feel comfortable speaking to you today, looking like that, is because my presidential campaign isn't based on bullshit. Really, I didn't script this, and Zbigniew Brzezinski and Rockefeller didn't script my words, and the media, and nobody paid for my speech here today but me. And it came from my heart, not from my fake appearance and my good looks as a politician, and me talking out of this side of the mouth and that side of the mouth, and you know what I mean? I'm the real deal president. You got to take me and love me as I am. If you can't handle that I don't have teeth, I'm not your man. By the way, the bottom ones normally come out too. They're going to all be mounted in there at some point. It results from a car accident when I was 19, which has led to me losing all my teeth, in which I had a vision. And you can share that vision by going to my homepage, www.iviewit.tv. That's I view it like I view it. IVIEWIT.tv. Once again, www.iviewit.tv. Iviewit's a fascinating story. You can also go to another site of citizensrevolt.tv, and that's www.citizensrevolt.tv. And on the bottom there, you'll see a little link to my story of my inventions, which allow you to see video over the internet. You wouldn't be able to see it except in a little tiny grainy shitty box without my inventions, which brought this to the world. My other invention is fixing pixelation in the world. We no longer pixelate. We can zoom on even low resolution images with great clarity from outer space, and we can also zoom into outer space with great clarity, which is why you've been brought wonderful, beautiful images of outer space due to one of my technologies. That's also on the back of your digital camera when you zoom, or your cell phone. And remember, there'd be no internet video without this technology that I was patenting. When I discovered my lawyers were stealing my patents, these trillion-dollar technologies, as they were quoted to be the holy grail by leading engineers from Intel, Silicon Graphics, Lockheed, Warner Brothers, AOL. So they were a lot of publicity on them being heralded as the holy grail. There were estimated values about $1 trillion because they changed everything to do with the internet, digital imaging, digital video. They gave you about 150 more channels on your television. They really changed the whole world. And so here I am again. I have to change the whole world and be your president for a minute, when I should be fighting for my patents against the criminals who stole it. Voila, those criminals are part of the group that architected the coup on the United States government. And that would be Michael Grebe of Foley and Lardner and Proskauer Rose, the law firm. They are participants in this crime. They have recruited a lot of the criminals. I have a lot of evidence against them on frauding patent offices, possibly killing inventors. And voila, finally they put a bomb in my car, an attempt to murder me, which has gotten virtually no mainstream press. They've tried to bankrupt me, steal all my money, destroy my family, take time away from my mother before she recently deceased with her grandchildren, make me and my wife go into hiding. These are the people who are running your government. Mr. Grebe was the largest backer of Mr. Bush, and Mr. Grebe was the former employer of Mr. Barack Obama at Foley and Lardner. And Mr. Grebe was the RNC chief counsel who orchestrated this whole scam. So get to know those guys. That'll be further part of my presidential platform. You can learn a lot about it, as I said, at iviewit.tv or Citizens Revolt. Have a good day. That's Eliot Bernstein's presidential candidate campaign platform proposal, done to you with no teeth. And I approve this message because I wrote it and it's true. And I'm campaigning on it with no help from anybody. If you want to help, send donations. I don't know how exactly you do that, but hopefully somebody watching this who's got a brain in helping somebody like me campaign, we might, be able to set something up where we can get a platform to take back America, the Take Back America Party, whatever the hell you want to call it. But no sellouts are welcome. No cult members are welcome. Nobody who belongs to any CFR, cultish, blah. And that's my presidential candidate. Again, I approve this message. Hi, my name is Eliot Bernstein, and I approve this message. This is my campaign presidential platform for 2012, brought to you live. Enjoy.